Alright everyone, welcome back to AI Agentic Bros, and today we are going to be going over how to build a WhatsApp agent in n8n. Before we start the video, make sure you check out our AI starter kit. Link is in the comments. If you are a beginner in AI and want to start making money using AI, this is the perfect course for you. We cover the basics of LLMs, best practices for prompt engineering, and then we actually go ahead and show you how to build out your AI toolbox. We also have AI Gent Desk, an AI automation troubleshooting tool. It's meant to be a troubleshooting companion for you to work alongside as you build out your different n8n flows and builds. Now let's hop right into the video. All right, cool. So this is just a simple WhatsApp agent that I put together. Honestly, the hardest part when it came to setting up this agent was actually the credentials for WhatsApp, but there's plenty of tutorials out there, very simple and easy to follow. Basically, all you have to do is go to your business manager in Facebook. I already have several from some of my other business ventures. I went ahead, created an app in Meta, and then got the API key and the different credentials that were required. Now, there's a lot of different use cases for WhatsApp. WhatsApp is used for several different use cases: customer support, sales and lead generation, notification and alerts, and marketing and promotions. But I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you're already using WhatsApp in your business and you want to learn how to automate it or how to actually have an AI agent run it for you. Today, we're going to be showing a simple customer support agent that is ragged up on a document. Now, there's a few things to keep in mind when you want to start building out this agent. One is the model you're going to use, and two is actually going to be the system message, and then how you're actually going to rag the information that you want to your AI agent. Now, there's several different ways that you can do this. When I was doing my research for this video, I actually saw someone who hooked up a Google Sheets that was constantly being populated to their agent so the agent could have an updated database of information to refer back to. I also have experience with using Postgres and Supabase and setting up tables and the schema there. But for today's example, I'm keeping it very simple. All I've done is write a Google Doc to the AI agent so that it can easily access just a simple amount of text. Obviously, if you're going to have a more complex workflow, you're going to need a more complex system for ragging. So let's take a look at the first node. It's just a simple WhatsApp trigger. So trigger when a message is sent. Now, Meta provides a testing number when you go ahead and make your app in the platform. So they make it easy for you to go ahead and test if messages are coming through. So that's the number we're going to be messaging in this tutorial. Now, let's go into the agent. So we have some simple JSON here, just JSON.body to pull the actual text body from the WhatsApp trigger, and then we can go ahead and look at the system message. I went ahead and gave it a persona. You are 80, a friendly, precise, and professional custom support expert for AI Gent Desk. Your personality is helpful and confident, but you are strictly limited to the information you have been provided. I really want the agent to only pull answers from the provided document. The system message I have here is fine-tuned to really push the agent towards that. Okay, so we can look at core directive. Your primary mission is to accurately answer user questions about the AI Gent Desk platform using only the information found within the provided knowledge document. You must never speculate, offer opinions, or use any external knowledge. This is like the workflow or the SOP, the standard operating procedure for the agent. Analyze and acknowledge. Carefully analyze the user's query to understand the core question. Acknowledge the user's request politely. 2. Retrieve information. Perform a targeted search of the AI Gendesk document for relative keywords and concepts. Synthesize and respond. If found, formulate a direct and helpful answer based exclusively on the retrieved text. Your response should be clear, concise, and professional. Obviously, if I was actually going to take this agent to production, I would make sure the document I'm providing it is thorough, or the RAG system that I have it hooked up to is very thorough in what I want the agent to actually have knowledge on. And then we have some response rules and constraints. Strict knowledge boundary. All answers must be directly supported by the text in the document. Again, hammering that point home. I don't know protocol. When the document does not contain the answer, you must use a phrase like based on my documentation. I don't have the specific details about the user's topic. Is there another feature or process I can help you with? We just want to give it some basic responses that it can kind of put out there when it doesn't know where to look. Okay. So we went over the system message. We went over some basic JSON. We could take a look. I'm using Open Router. I actually have it hooked up to GPT 4.1 mini, which is just a simple model. Honestly, I could go ahead and use the API node. And then we have this memory set up here. Actually, what I'm going to have to do is put a key here. This is probably where I'm going to error out when I initially try to run this workflow. But let's take a look. And then obviously this is to send the message back. Message, send, and then text body hello. We actually have to change this. Let's go ahead and change that to JSON.output. Basically, it's just going to take the output from the agent and have that as the text body, right? If you want to name it specific stuff, you would actually put like the edit node, kind of change the name of the data being transferred if you kind of want to maintain or make it easier for you to keep track of. But for the simple agent, that's all we're going to need right now. And I know this looks very simple and there's a lot of complicated looking flows out there. The point that I really want to drive home is that these flows don't always have to be super complicated. Obviously, if you're looking at bigger use cases and there has to be multiple forms of logic or there's multiple agents that you need based on someone's question, you can kind of have like a switch node there that kind of directs which path you want it to go in. You can have an entire workflow hooked up to your agent that it can call if you want additional research or if you want it to have access to other resources. There's a bunch of different things that you can go ahead and do, right? So let's take a look at the doc that's ragged up to the agent, and let's go ahead and test the agent. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the document that we have ragged up to the agent. Overview. What is AI Gen Desk? AI Gen Desk is an AI-powered troubleshooting tool designed to be your essential companion while building automations and workflows. Its primary function is to assist users by providing expert-level guidance and ready-to-use solutions for common and complex issues. It goes over key features and capabilities, plug-and-play workflows. You can actually generate full JSON to actually copy and paste, full workflows into n8n, API setup assistance, general troubleshooting, and expert knowledge. It's actually trained on the entire n8n documentation, and it's updated every time there's an n8n update. We can look at the front end was actually not built using Bubble. It was built using Lovable. So we can go ahead and switch to that. And back end core functionality was built entirely using n8n. We had a bunch of testing done both in the n8n Reddit. So we'll go ahead and delete that Discord part. And then the Automation Society community or AI Automation, Nate Herc's free school community. And then we're looking to launch this in July of 2025. So please be on the lookout. This will really, really help you no matter what level of an automator you are. Now, let's take a look. Let's go ahead. Let's activate this workflow. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this workflow out. I've already set it to active. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this workflow out. So let's see if it went through on the executions. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and look at the error. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy paste the JSON. Let's go ahead and send that through. So it's the error node, this is all the JSON. And let's see what AI Gen Desk goes ahead and comes up with here. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at what AI Gen Desk is telling us. Of course, this is a classic and very common error when setting up conversational agents. And the error message from the memory node is pointing us directly to the solution. You have analyzed the problem correctly. Let's break down why it's happening and how to fix it. The root of the problem, why the key is empty. The simple memory or any memory node has a critical job. It needs to store and retrieve conversation histories. So essentially what we're going to be doing, it gives us the solution here, and then we're going to actually be going to json.body.message. We'll go ahead and paste this into the empty key field in the memory node. Guys, so there's actually a few updates that I had to go back and make to the workflow. Now, the advice that AI Gen Desk was actually very sound. I just had some mistakes from myself here in the flow. It was recommending the right process. I just wasn't using the right word for the trigger. So I went ahead and switched that to chat received. And I have the right JSON here in the simple memory. So it reads the session ID properly. Then we go ahead and look at the if node. So basically what happens with WhatsApp is that it goes ahead and receives the message and it'll send that through to the agent. But actually, after that, it'll then have 4 or 5 other outputs that it will then consecutively send to the agent after it sends the initial message. So you just want to have the if node here just so there's no error code. Basically, if you click on this, it'll say JSON.message. So it'll only pass it'll only pass the output from the trigger when there's text body in it. Okay, cool. And then I also switched it from a Google Docs to a Google Sheets. Everything is completely the same. We can go ahead and even check that out. It's just the same. It's just in one column. I found it easier to actually map that and have it ragged up. So let's go ahead and go to WhatsApp, and we could see we can actually test this out. As you can see here, I've done a bunch of different testing. You can see all the troubleshooting that I had to go through. This is all me just going through error codes, making sure it was ragged up properly. It was not working. The issue was that I didn't actually specify in my initial prompt for the agent to check its tool for the document it was connected to. So that's an important step that I went ahead and forgot to do initially. So I went back and edited that. Okay, cool. So let's see. When is the launch date for AI Gent Desk? AI Gent Desk is an AI powered troubleshooting tool designed to assist users in building automations and workflows by providing expert level guidance and ready to use solutions. It is trained on n8n's official documentation to ensure accurate and current advice. The official launch date for AI Gent Desk is scheduled for July 2025. If you'd like more details about its features or technical aspects, feel free to ask. What are some of its features? You can see we sent the message. It should return. Here we go. I can certainly provide information about AI Gent Desk features. Okay. If functionalities such as building automation, troubleshooting, or integration, I can assist. Is there any product you want to learn more about? Okay. So again, this is all stuff with the prompt. Let's go back and look at our sheet. Okay, so we call it key features and capabilities. Let's see. Let's go ahead. So it's going to be very particular to the wording and the actual text in the file. So that would require me to go back into the system prompt and kind of fix that and be like, okay, look, you don't have to be so specific. You can kind of have some discretion of your own, which I thought I went back and did, but it seems to not be clicking too well right now. Let's see. Tell me about the plug and play capability. Let's go ahead and ask it this. What is AI Gent Desk? So this is just part and parcel with actually building these flows. It's a lot of troubleshooting. Let's see. Okay, cool. So that went through. What is AI Gent Desk? AI Gent Desk is an AI-powered troubleshooting tool designed to assist users. Okay, cool. So where could the disconnect be happening? Gave me the launch. It answered what is AI Gent Desk. I think it would probably have to be how I have this information actually in the document and the actual system message. So we got to answer some pretty basic questions. Um, However, it's not going fully and looking at the document all the way. So what we would have to do, go ahead to troubleshoot that. I would go ahead and make some changes to the system prompt. First, I would actually go back and try to get the document to work. Then I would put it in markdown format so it's easier for the agent to kind of go over and look at, and then make the text actually optimize for an agent to call it. So that's where I would kind of go in and troubleshoot it. So if you follow those steps, you should be able to get high quality answers from your WhatsApp bot. Um, it answers basic questions. What is AI Gent Desk? It answers when it'll launch. If we check over here, when is the launch date for AI Gent Desk? In July 2025. It's just going to take some extra prompting and some actually reformatting of the actual RAG document. Now, if you want to make the RAG a bit easier, you can go ahead and set up a Supabase database. That'll kind of get rid of all the needed formatting for the Google Docs or the Google Sheets, and that's something that you can go ahead and set up fairly easily. Now, thank you for tuning into this video. This kind of took a direction that I didn't expect it to, but I think it's important to really keep in and be transparent with how much troubleshooting and how much back and forth it takes to actually set up these automations. Even if you have tools like AI Gen Desk, even if you're using Gemini 2.5 or o3 to troubleshoot, there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of making sure you get it right, especially if you come from a non-technical background. So if you come from a non-technical background, make sure to check out our AI starter kit. We pull back the curtains behind LLMs, go over prompt engineering, and then even cover how to build out your AI toolkit and your first AI workflow. This will all build the skills necessary to actually move on and start building out n8n flows. And then make sure to keep a lookout for AI Gen Desk launching in July of 2025. Uh, it's your AI automation companion. It'll help you walk through anything. It'll give you the JSON. You can actually go ahead and build your initial skeleton for your flow and build off of that. It makes it that much easier to get started. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe.